some very exciting news. There is a new way of fighting the aging process. It's called facial fat grafting. Instead of making the face tighter, one doctor is adding fat. Dr. Samuel Lamb is with Lamb Facial Plastics. He is also the author of Complementary Fat Grafting. Dr. Lamb joins us this morning with some details of this procedure, and he has brought along some guests with him. Good morning, Dr. Lamb.
Good morning, Amy.
I cannot believe adding fat to the body is ever a good thing. I can't wait for you to explain this to me.
Sounds crazy, doesn't it?
It does. What is fat grafting?
Well, fat grafting is a whole new way of looking at beauty. It's from the ground up. We're looking at beauty differently. So I'm excited to share this with you.
Yes.
In the past, all we did was pull and pull and pull. And I think you'll probably agree with me if you look around town. There are a lot of people that looked a little tight.
A little pulled.
A little bit pulled, if you would say that. And I brought a prop with me. Now, it's rather appropriate that we're in the kitchen, so I brought some fruits.
Okay. Sounds good.
We start with this idea here that when you're young, you're a grape. Now, this may be too big a grape, but the grape is what we have, that luscious fullness around the eyes, the cheeks, and the chin, not down here, but in all the right places. And that fullness over time begins to go away. Now, this is probably an extreme example, but I like to say that we become a raisin. And that raisin, if people look at this and go, you know what we need to do? The plastic surgeons say, you've got to take this and cut it away and lift it and pull it. And what you get at the end of the whole day is you get a pea. And a pea, in my opinion, is not a grape. So you look very different. That's why people's identities are radically changed after plastic surgery in an unfavorable way. So my principle is taking that grape and bringing it back and making it a grape. And this is why when I go around nationally and lecture about 10 times a year, what I'm so excited about is espousing this new philosophy, and people are slowly getting it, which is exciting to me.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. You're right. Why not bring you back to what you were before rather than something completely radical and different? That's when you notice work looks a little bit pulled. That's when you notice somebody's had something different, that they don't look like themselves anymore.
The whole saying, men are from Mars and women are from Venus, I don't want that to be, I don't want my patients to look like aliens.
Yes.
I don't think that's a good thing.
That sounds good to me. Well, you brought some pictures today of Christy bring
masculine.
Well, you brought two lovely ladies with you today that I want to mention, and you also demonstrating this fat grafting. What can you tell us about what we're going to see? Well,
I want to bring up, Fred, could you bring up the first before and after, if you don't mind? Wonderful, thank you. Basically, what I want to do with this is, before we start introducing our guests, I want to just show you this photograph. And the point is, if you look around the eyes, it's totally hollow. There's a vacuous look there, and it makes her look tired. And if you bring back that vitality of reshaping around the eyes, it creates a gorgeous shape to the eye, and it makes her look vital and feminine and youthful, and exactly like she used to look like. In fact, she has a twin, identical twin, and what's interesting is they sat across from each other and looked at each other, and they said, wow, my goodness, you look 20 years younger. But it was like looking in the mirror of herself 20 years ago, and the shape of that face has a beautiful triangularity, which is exciting.
Keeping true to what you were before, not a radical change. That's really what we're focusing on. Okay, tell me, who are these lovely ladies?
These lovely ladies. Maybe we'll start with Kim. She's sitting next to me.
And hi, Kim.
Kim, if we can throw up should we throw the before and after yet?
Absolutely.
Is really what Kim had was is facial fat grafting. You can see this is the hollowness around the cheeks and the eyes, and I created that heart-shaped face that we were talking about, which is lusciously feminine and sensuous and beautiful.
That's a radical change. Now, Kim, I have to ask you, when you went into Dr. Lamb and he suggested fat grafting, what was your first instinct?
I thought he was crazy.
You heard the word fat and you said, this is not for me. And are you just so pleased?
Yes, it was an awesome experience.
Yes.
I don't drive 2 hours, 4:30 in the morning, Monday, Dallas traffic, for just anyone.
Okay, well
that's
a testament.
He's awesome. It was a great experience. The staff, and I went back to work the next day.
You did?
Yeah.
So is that typical recovery time?
Well, you know, Kim is probably exceptional. There is a little bit of recovery time. Even though this procedure, there is no cutting, no incisions, no sutures, no bandages, none of the traditional ideas of surgery, there's still a recovery. You're still a little bit swollen. What I found is that even people a few weeks out, even